So, if you found a dead body frozen in your neighbor's backyard shed, you'd probably call the cops. But all the way out in Nederland, Colorado, they didn't even call the sheriff. They actually just started a festival. So forget about Santa Claus. Let's talk about Grandpa Burrito. The pedoologist, that is. See, I did a joke there because pedo means different things depending on the context. They're homographs, or more specifically, multilinguistic homonyms, and also homophones. Now that I've scared away most of my audience, back to Grandpa Burrito, a Norwegian man who is, or was, depending on if you're still watching or if you consider a man who died in 1989 but legally kept on dry ice in a tough shed since 1993, alive. Welcome to Frozen Dead Guy Days, the only time of year where thousands of people get together to raise coffins and plunge into freezing lakes just to party in honor of a corpse. So if you think I'm making this up, go ahead and Google Grandpa Burrito. Seriously, I'll wait. Did it? Okay, let's keep going. This is Top 10 Holidays You've Probably Never Heard Of. This is Perspective Reports, a channel you probably haven't heard of either, but if you like this video or are cool with this concept, like and subscribe. We got way more coming. Thank you so much. Let's get it started. Let's get it started with our first holiday you probably never heard of, the I Gotta Google This holiday list, and we will begin with International Panic Day. That's right, on June 18th, observers take on International Panic Day. Instead of staying calm and carrying on, this day encourages you to lean into the chaos. It is a designated 24 hours to be open about your stressors, proving that sometimes the best way to stay sane is to just let it all out. And if you're wondering about the history of it all, I didn't find much. There isn't even a official recognized founder of the holiday, but hey, that's okay. Go ahead and panic. All right, moving on to number 2, World Toilet Day. That's right, on November 19th, it is World Toilet Day. And it's not just some random fringe internet holiday. This is an official UN International Observance Day, and it uses a shock factor name to tackle the very serious global crisis of sanitation and clean water access for billions. So seems like a worthwhile holiday to celebrate. Holiday number 3, the Night of the Radishes. On December 23rd in Oaxaca, Mexico, Christmas isn't just about trees, it's about massive carved vegetables. Artisans transform oversized, specifically grown radishes into incredibly detailed scenes of history and folklore to compete for a grand prize. Sounds like a radish of a good time. Our next holiday is the Monkey Buffet Festival. That's right, in late November, Thailand takes feeding the wildlife to a whole new level by laying out a massive feast for thousands of macaques. It's a 4,000-pound buffet of fruit, cakes, and sweets designed to thank the monkeys for bringing tourists to the region. So all those crazy videos you see of like tourists feeding, monkeys in Southeast Asia has its origin in actually having a holiday where they do just that. Pretty crazy. Our next holiday is National Dingaling Day. On December 12th, this holiday encourages you to be a dingaling and call those people you've been meaning to talk to for years. It's all about breaking the ice and reconnecting with long-lost friends and family you usually just ignore on social media. So call your grandma on December 12th specifically, but probably you should do that right now. And moving on to our next holiday is Bosuharas. That's right, in February, this Hungarian festival looks like a folk horror movie, or like the Where the Wild Things Are came to life, and well, that's what it kind of is. Featuring locals in horned masks and sheepskin cloaks, it kind of looks like the Star Wars Wookiees came to life. The goal is to scare away the winter, and if the costumes don't do it, the loud noises and the hexing definitely will. So have a scary good time all the way in February out there in Hungary. Our next holiday is Take Your Houseplant for a Walk Day. That's right, on July 27th, there is an official day to put your ficus in a wagon and tour the neighborhood. It's meant to provide mental stimulation for your plants and, let's be honest, excellent confusing content for your neighbors. It also is a favorite of social media content creators, as you'll see a lot of posts celebrating that day on TikTok, Instagram, and wherever else you might find your brain rot content. And moving on to our next holiday is Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Day, which you've probably heard of. It is celebrated in May in the United Kingdom. People literally risk their life and limb to chase a 9-pound wheel of cheese down a near vertical hill and cliff. It is literally viral content that is shown all over, even on ESPN. It's the only sport where the prize is a block of dairy and a very high probability of a trip to the emergency emergency room. So if you want to see more, go run back those viral clips on YouTube showing people injuring themselves as they chase down a circular block of cheese. And our next holiday is Mole Day for all you science lovers. That's right, celebrated from 6:02 a.m. to 6:02 p.m. This honors Avogadro's number, which is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. And if anybody's ever been in chemistry class, you know exactly what we're talking about. The unit is used to measure the size of atoms. It's the ultimate science nerd holiday that turns a complex mathematical constant into a 12-hour global party. So, calculators at the ready. I don't have a good joke there. And of course, ending our top 10, Frozen Dead Guys Day, which is celebrated in mid-March, so there's plenty of time for you to book your flights. This festival honors Grandpa Brito, which we spoke to up at the top, a man who has been cryogenically frozen in a tough shed, though recently he actually has been moved to a cryogenic facility in Colorado, and it's a massive 3-day bash featuring coffin races and polar plunges that will make you double check your frozen asset laws. So those are 10 holidays you probably never heard of. And let's not forget our honorable mention. We'll hit you with more holidays on a quick double run. Let's go. So there's Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, celebrated on the last Monday in January. And there's National Be Kind to Lawyers Day, a recognized April holiday that asks the public to pause the lawyer jokes and recognize the essential role attorneys play in the justice system. Ha, yeah, right. There's the Laba Festival, an ancient Chinese tradition famous for the laba garlic, which undergoes a chemical reaction during pickling that turns the cloves into a shocking neon emerald green. And then there's World Belly Laugh Day. At exactly 1:24 p.m. on January 24th, people around the globe are encouraged to stop and let out a giant ha. So, probably missed that. And then there's National If Pets Had Opposable Thumbs Day, a purely speculative holiday where pet owners post hilarious what-if scenarios. Then there's National Two Different Colored Shoes Day, created to celebrate human diversity. This May holiday encourages you to intentionally wear mismatched footwear to show that being different is a good thing. Then there's International Sweatpants Day. This January event serves as a global comfort rebellion against rigid office dress codes. And then, of course, Towel Day, a personal favorite, observed every May 25th, a personal favorite of mine. Fans of Douglas Adams, who wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, carry a towel everywhere they go to honor, well, the man in the book, and the most useful item an interstellar traveler can own. Don't forget, the meaning in life is 42, and if you don't get what that means, definitely go read the book. And also, we'll leave you on this note. And since it's Black History Month, and we are going to be doing a lot more content for the rest of the month celebrating that on this channel, we decided to end on one that you haven't heard of called Black Love Day, celebrated annually on February 13th. It is an African-centered holy day created in 1993 by Ayo Handy Kendi to promote self-love, reconciliation, and community healing, serving as an alternative to Valentine's Day in the community. It focuses on 5 tenets: love for the creator, self, family, community, and of course, for being black. And while many of you that are watching this channel may not be black at all, or might be wondering why the heck does that need to happen, and that's okay. Great valid questions. Well, here's the thing. I actually got to interview the inventor of this holiday, Miss Ayo Handy Kendi, and she is a sweet and remarkable woman. In fact, when I was at the Anacostia Community Museum for a Kwanzaa celebration, I got to speak to her and meet her and hear about her year's advocacy for just uplifting all people of Washington, D.C., and of course within the black community itself. So I'll leave you with some words from her, but look for more content as we end Black History Month with a lot more deep dive content that I believe will serve all communities, not just black people. But of course, if you are, well, more the better. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Perspective Reports, your world strategized, and I will leave you with these words from Miss Ayo Handy Kendi.
Let me know when you want me to
No, keep going. Yeah, you're ready. Yeah, whenever.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the founder of the African American Holiday Association, we have celebrating Black Love Day, which is another historical holiday that is now 33 years young. Done reenactments around D.C. Emancipation Day as an enslaved woman, do a reenactment this year around Maryland Emancipation Day, and we have done the reenactment around Juneteenth. The concept is that all Emancipation Days in the country, what was it like to be in bondage? And then what was it like to be given freedom? And how do you pick up and navigate in a new world?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we have, blessedly, we have that documentary that we did of Miss Haynes that now is housed at the Martin Luther King Library. Last year I did my reenactment at that event, but this year, so I'm just going to be there as one of the organizations that does history and reenactments and, and just kind of enjoy the panel discussions myself. But it'll be a wealth of cultural history there. Oh, you would love that. And one of the areas they decided to focus on D.C. lifestyle historical concepts about D.C. So it's going to be a really...
Perspective reports, they trying to get in your brain, not trying to make you insane, but trying to make you smarter and get money so you can maintain.